joy of VTEC. Erased in a moment.
Well, I found out what was rubbing.
Our K-Swap Fit looks good, but the dyno sucked balls. Damn you. We're here with our K-Swap Fit, and it looks pretty good. But the dyno said, wrong. It sucked balls.
Would you say it made you throw a fit?
Well, let's not throw a fit, let's fix the fit. Welcome to VTEC Academy. You're about to get schooled. All right, guys, we're back here with our failed fit. We had less than stellar success at the dyno, and the AC doesn't work either. I haven't been able to trace down that problem, but I'm just going to assume.
Well, if we keep waiting long enough, it'll be winter, and AC will be next summer's problem.
Good point. Good point. The problem is I think I want to get this on the dyno sooner than next winter, and I would have also like to drive it over there. So we recently just had the computer reflashed. We used an 06 Accord, hoping that was going to fix things. It did not. One of the big problems is we have a 3-wire connector for our AC compressor, and we only have 1 wire. Now, my understanding was it should have worked because all that does is break a connection when the pressure gets too high, but it's not working. So we're going to go ahead and change to a 3-wire compressor. But, and the reason he looks like this is we've also got a blown head gasket. And so we need to change that. We've discussed trying to do it in the car, and what are your thoughts on that?
If we had to, maybe, but we have the means. I just want to drop it out.
Yeah.
Work on it on the ground. Even with the cowl vent off, I don't see, it just seems like a real fun time playing with the chain and the gears.
Right, I think that's way tight back in there. We were able to change the coil packs and spark plugs and stuff with like that, but pulling ahead, particularly off these higher bolts. I'm sorry, pulling the valve cover off those higher bolts.
It's just getting the valve cover up, period.
Yeah, exactly. We might be able to just drop the motor slightly and do it, but yeah. So we're going to pull the motor. That, and by we, I mean him, because I'm going to go work on some wiring for another project. And hopefully Scott will be unsick and can help out as well. But we're going to drop the motor, pop the head off of it, and see if we can't repair this motor. I have a couple of other motors of these, and actually a couple of them with like less than 5 miles on them. So, but I don't want to use those. I want to use this motor. But I think first thing up is probably go drain the AC rather than just illegally vent it to atmosphere. Plus, we can reclaim this refrigerant, use it when we put the new compressor in. So we're going to send it off to my brother Keith, who has the equipment for evacuating this, and then we shall pull that motor.
Yeah.
with this fit.
The AC is not turning on. And the symptoms are either the condenser fan, radiator fan, or the compressor turning on. So the troubleshooting guy says first thing to do is check for engine DTC. So I'm going to try this brand new C-Reader Elite, made specifically for Hondas. Launch Tech company. It was sent to me to test out, so I'm going to test it out, see if I have any DTCs. Professional diagnostic tool. Here we go. Welcome to use C-Reader Elite Honda. English. Passport Wi-Fi. You can't see it. Well, let's see if I can figure it out without a manual. When all else fails, that's when you read the manual. It's not an Accord. It's a fit with an Accord ECU. Idle control system RPM higher than expected. Idle control system RPM higher than expected. All right, they've been cleared. So, interestingly, the high idle DTC code was turning off the AC. The AC now works. That's pretty freaking amazing. It said if idle was too low, it would cause it a problem, but apparently any idle DTC. I now have AC. Who the hell knew? It's interesting. I had another code reader, one I had purchased probably, I don't know, it was probably 80 bucks or so, or 60 bucks. And it would not clear that code. It called it a permanent code and wouldn't clear it. This one cleared the code. So, I mean, I need to do a more in-depth review of this, and I'll probably find a Honda mechanic so that we can look over it and see what happens, but I have AC. Yay! All right, we'll take it for a test drive soon enough. You're in reverse.
Let's hope so.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh my gosh, this is kind of like my...
All right.
This is kind of like my mom's Civic.
Aaron's taking the first drive in the K-powered Fit. Unfortunately, we don't have the AC running yet. There'll be more on that later.
It's okay. It's not even 100 here today.
Yeah, it's only 99 right now.
See? Well, it drives like a regular car.
It drives like a regular car.
Wrong. Okay, it's not regular. Where's the temp? Did you get a temp gauge on this thing?
What?
Where's the temp gauge?
There's no temp gauge on these.
What's up with that?
It says, it tells you if it's cold.
It tells you if it's...
And it tells you if it's hot. But otherwise, doesn't want you to think about it.
You're like, why would a Fit owner need to know if their car's warmed up?
So it behaves like a normal car. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
With just a little more poop.
Yeah, it's a little more sauce. We'll see when we get out on a main road up here.
Yeah.
Can we go right?
Sure, yeah, turn right, you get on University.
All right. What was that
We
sound?
just lose. What was on the roof?
Was there something on the roof?
I don't know, just keep going.
Keep going. Let's see. It still steers.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out if we need it or not.
Yeah. I don't think anything important was up there. I wonder if there was a tool in the engine bay.
Hey, look, there's another Fit. Think they'll want to race?
I think they'll want to race. If they're Fit drivers, I'm sure they do.
Oh man, this knob's coming off here. All right. Well, it gets up and goes.
So what do you think?
I think I like it. It's rowdier than my SI.
Oh, that nice.
You know, it's like it drives in slow speeds in second gear a lot nicer than my SI.
Yeah, the SI has that thing that it does in second gear. The mounts are a lot tighter.
This, it doesn't vibrate as much as my SI.
Oh, really? And how many?
Which mounts are in here again?
All front, right, left, and rear.
They're the
62.
GEK.
Yeah, GEK. Cool.
And the suspension is,
well, it's stock right now.
stock,
Yeah.
so it feels like, oh yeah, I keep trying going into 6th gear. Don't do that. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice. It really is nice. And you would just surprise the shit out of some people
Oh yeah.
if you took it out.
The shifter location seems a little bit far compared to
far.
like the. I think it's closer on my SI.
You'd be
Maybe
a
it's
little bit
because
taller?
we're just more upright. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's up more on the dash on your car.
The AC didn't come on. The AC didn't cycle on.
No, it did not. Which it won't. You have to turn the car off to do it.
Son of a biscuit.
I know.
Watch. Hey, watch a truck. Don't pull out in front of us.
Yeah, we're too tall. We're not in a lowered Civic like
Do it fast
like
and furious.
Dom.
Honestly, other than the exhaust note, it drives like a, like unless you're on it, it drives like a completely normal Fit.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Just a little droney. The exhaust. I think
But,
I may wind up putting a resonator not on this car, but on the other Fit when I do it. Actually, the other Fit's got a turbo to silence it. So
Yeah, I mean that's what you need to do for.
yeah.
The heck? Rocks?
I think rocks.
Sounded like it.
Maybe more tools, but I think it was a rock.
I don't think there were any tools on top of the car.
All right. All right, slow down to a stop and do a little
Oh
pull.
yeah, we're already here.
Yep. All right. I'm going to see what this thing does.
There's no.
See what you think.
Let's see. Let's see, nobody's entering. Let's see. Well, I found out what was rubbing.
We did.
Oh my
All right,
god.
turn around, go back and pick that
Oh my
up.
god. The fender liner
that
just
was-
shot out.
That was our fender liner. Apparently it was,
Done. It was.
yeah, it was decided it didn't need to be there anymore.
So-
We'll have to see if it did any damage.
See if it's self-clearancing.
We've done a little bit of chassis lightening. Probably even better performance now.
Yeah, the 5-speed though is different because like in 2nd gear, it takes a little to get like the RPM up.
It falls out of VTEC.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a problem. I think that if I was gonna hold on to this car, I would change it to a 6-speed transmission. And I would probably get a 2012 SI transmission.
And
Which
what's
has-
the red line on this engine? Because
It's not that high.
I was going to something like 7, but I feel like I hit
Yeah.
it, didn't I?
Yeah, I think
I hit the cutoff.
Yeah, you did. You popped right onto it. So I'll have to look that up. All right. So funny, there's no fender liner on the right side, and I had forgotten there was one on the left side.
I think that's what I totally sensed.
So today when I pulled the front bumper off, that
that did
somebody
get
probably tucked it up, and then when I put the front bumper back on,
It didn't get. It went underneath
yeah,
it, maybe.
it went underneath it, so it was caught air.
Yeah, it's really interesting, like between a K20 and a K24, like how the K24 doesn't rev up as quickly.
No.
But I'm noticing, like on the speedometer, I'm going faster. It's just like less.
It's more of a push. You feel the torque. You feel a gentle push. Whereas
So-
there's a lot more rush with the K20. And it's at a much higher RPM.
We had Brian replace the head gasket.
Yeah, we were pushing water out, so we had Brian replace the head gasket. I'll tell you what though, when we opened it up, it didn't look like it actually had a blown head gasket. I made an assumption that was probably incorrect.
Okay.
And did a bunch of work I probably didn't need to. But it's running much cooler. It's still pushing a little bit of water. I did change the radiator cap, but we'll have to figure out what's going on. We also changed computers. We went from an 09 TSX ECU to like a 2008 Accord manual ECU. Now, I've noticed that when we try to run the AC, it turns on and kicks off immediately. So I don't know if that's a function of the Accord ECU. We've done a bunch of troubleshooting. And there's no problem with the pressure switch or the thermal switch on the compressor and in the AC system. The other two things the computer monitors would be engine coolant temp 2 and the AC temperature in the box. So
in the evap?
In the evap. But neither of those should be causing a problem unless there's one of the switches is bad. And the AC worked beforehand. So I'm gonna assume that unlike what I thought, maybe the Accord ECU is not compatible with the system. So we're gonna have to check it out, see if the TSX computer solves our problem. So I have one, we'll put it back in and see if that doesn't solve the issue.
So possibly it's like a chassis thing between the ECU.
Yeah, it'd be like
chassis?
I would think it would be a CAN communication issue between the ECU and the MICU. The MICU is in the fuse box called the multiplex integrated control unit. So it might be a communication error there. Another thing we did, by the way, is we changed our AC system entirely. We had a TSX ECU from like the 2009 TSX. That was a single wire AC unit. I decided rather than use that, I would switch over to the earlier generation TSX ECU. Those things available aftermarket actually have the a 3-wire compressor, which is what this car wants, is a 3-wire compressor. So just a matter of changing the plug and plugging it in, and then I had to reclock the 2 outlets on the AC lines, and that was easy to do because I just went on Amazon.com, bought the outlets for a Denso compressor, LS swap Denso compressor, and we just had them brazed on to the end. So actually, I'm not sure if that's technically brazed or soldered.
Wherever.
Yeah,
it was
permanently
connected.
melted together. It holds pressure. It's charged up. The pressures are good. Again, it turns on briefly and then shuts right off. So, I've determined it's a computer that's doing it. It's just telling it, hey, no, and shutting it off again.
So what do you think the possible fix could be for that?
I'm hoping that it's just use a TSX ECU. I'm hoping that the problem is communication with the MICU and the ECU. Like, for instance, the CAN language may be different because all Accords are made in the U.S. And I don't believe the Fit is made in the U.S. That may be what the issue is. The issue may be the CAN language is different, and so when the ECU talks to the
oh yeah, this isn't lowered. I don't have to slow down for this.
Huh? Yeah, it's not lowered, so you don't have to worry about it.
I pushed the clutch in and started braking, and I was like, yeah, this car is super funky because it's modified, but it doesn't drive like a modified car.
Not at all.
Like it's stock height. Like when I go around the corners, I'm feeling like oh yeah, squishy tires and squishy.
Sitting on the end of a stick.
Yeah. But when I push the throttle, it's very much modified.
It's very sporty. Yeah, this car would be awesome, lowered with good suspension. Yeah, this car would be awesome with good suspension and a little bit of aero on it, you know. It'd be a fun track day car. But like I said, I got another Fit, and it's actually my favorite body style, the other one, so we're gonna work on that one a little bit more. This one, we need to get the AC running. Once I do that, I'm gonna put it up for sale.
Yeah.
Let somebody else drive it in anger and have some fun with it.
I mean, why would you be angry driving this though?
Yeah.
Unless your AC went out.
Yeah, or somebody passed you shouldn't. And you got to play enforcer. You can't pass me. I have horsepowers.
So what else do you think? What?
Like and subscribe.
You're like, what are you doing? I just wanted you to start talking and then I would rev it up.
Yeah. Oh.
And then you were like, dude.
Dude, cut it out.
Give me motion sickness.
Have you noticed it's got a lot of cup holders? I have 4 cup holders within easy reach of me.
Yeah, see, it goes around corners like.
Which is really good because
yeah.
in my truck, all the empties are down on the floor. In this car, I could just keep filling up the cup holder holes. So I'm going to get the AC working, and I'll set up another dyno appointment. And then we will maybe try to take it out for another 8th mile run, see what it does. Mm-hmm. And if the timing is right, we'll run it down to do the autocross down there at Musselman, or the time attack at Musselman.
So
All right.
I feel like it feels like there's going to be a lot more in it.
I think so. I think it can rev a little higher, mm-hmm. and I think it has a little bit.
Because it was pulling all the way to whenever I hit that rev limiter.
Yep.
It's not like it hit a certain RPM and just leveled off.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think we'll be able to pick up some more horsepower. I think this engine will be good for that. Anyway, guys, like, subscribe, hit the bell,
share it,
get notified.
Yeah, share it. Share the
somebody
video.
with a fit. Know somebody with a slow ass fit. Share the video.
Or just know anybody, and you could fit roll them. Just send them the video. Say, hey, watch this. Hey, every view counts in the analytics, and who knows, they might even actually like it.
That's right. We'll catch you on the next video.
All right, later.
Bye.